What's going on, everybody? This is Afro Think Tank. So Corey Holcomb has warned O'Shea Duke Jackson that more than likely there's some paperwork coming. There's some litigation coming. All right. O'Shea Duke Jackson is about to find out the hard way. The same way I said in my video. I said to O'Shea when it first started, I said you might want to leave this one alone. All right, you might want to just let this one pass by. Or you're going to find out the hard way. If you keep messing with him, you're going to find out the hard way. And what did he do? Predictably, kept messing with him. And now he's about to find out the hard way. Now, the problem here is that a lot of YouTubers think that they're more than what they are because they have made some money. You forget, you're just a dude on the internet. And he ain't the only one that's about to find out the hard way. And unlike the other ones that's going to find out the hard way, O'Shea Duke Jackson don't got the finances to handle that hard way. Because like I said, he's just a dude on the internet. Now, he may have made a couple mil, maybe. But that ain't nothing when it comes to litigation. That shit will be gone just like that. You understand? And the problem with O'Shea Duke Jackson, which is articulated in his comment section, and articulated with other people who watches how he makes his videos, O'Shea Duke Jackson's strategy is volume. Lots of volume. He'll take a situation, right, something that happened, and he will produce a lot of videos, right? But the problem is, most of the video, if you do 25 videos on a particular topic, there's no way there's any real substance in any of those videos. There's not in real life. There's no substance. It's real shallow information. Sometimes you're just repeating or regurgitating the same information for 25 videos. But the strategy is sound because his subscriber base, O'Shea Duke Jackson's subscriber base, are the same subscriber base of Tariq Nasheed. Right? These are not very educated individuals. I'm talking about the ones that subscribe to him because they view him as a source of journalism, as information, as real, actual information. Not the ones that watch him to critique him, because there's people who watch him just to see what the fuck he gonna say, right? Right? And then they go in the comment section and they commence to dogging him out and battling with his subscribers that support him, and then they go back and forth, you know, about various topics, right? The problem is, if you check out the consensus, everybody knows O'Shea uses volume to make his money, right? Volume does work because you'll see the videos. He'll do 30 videos on Anton Daniels. Each video get like 30,000, 20,000 views. That's revenue. That's money. And O'Shea Duke Jackson is about making money. But all money's not good money. And that strategy works if you have if you can put some real substance in those videos, which O'Shea, unfortunately, does not, right? You'll watch the video, 25 videos, and he say the same thing in 24 of those videos. But it doesn't matter because they click long enough to hope that he's saying something new. Therefore, he gains money off volume. But what happens is when you throwing out a bunch of content and you're trying to do it fast because you're trying to catch the wave, you're trying to ride that wave in the shore, what happens is you end up saying something, right, that's not true a lot of the times because of that volume, right? And then when you've mastered the art of clickbait, meaning you click his videos, and he's not the only one who does this. He's very good at it, but he's not the only one who does this. You click the video thinking that you're going to see something new. You see an accusation, and then you click it, right? And then you get in there, and it's not, and if you come to find out, there's no evidence to what it is that's being stated on the thumbnail or in the comment, right? Or the accusation at all, which can get you in trouble in real life, right? A lot of these social media guys, y'all done lost your damn mind thinking you're special. Unless you have hundreds of millions of dollars and you sitting there and you got a corporation that you got on retainer for lawyers, a lot of y'all can't handle going after these bigger figures. A lot of these bigger figures who have successful careers outside of social media, right? Because like him or not, Corey Holcomb is already a legend, right? You can not like him, but that's okay. A lot of people didn't like him back then. He's from the old school comedy where they didn't have all these rules that we got now that we all collectively complain about, right? And he's not going to change the old dude. Is he an asshole? You goddamn right. He's a goddamn piece of shit asshole, right? But he's funny when he being funny, but he not being funny right now because everything not jokes. Everything's not jokes. So now it's possible that O'Shea Duke Jackson is going to have to deal with litigation and prove the things that he says, which he cannot. Darlene is clearly still there. When he was making all those videos, right, talking about this and that, he was making accusations, right? And so, but when you go to see if they were true, you couldn't corroborate anything. And then because O'Shea Duke Jackson is what do you call him? a known figure on these YouTube streets, many other content creators who are people who react to the reactor, because the reactors to the reactor grab people like O'Shea Du Jackson, and then they do the videos, and they cosplay, and they copy, right? I see it as soon as O'Shea makes a video. Because he makes so many of them, other people who are reactors to the reactor also make the video, because they figure that if O'Shea's on a wave, I'm gonna jump on a wave. And then you have a tidal wave of propaganda, of misinformation, of disinformation, all for the sake of the almighty YouTube dollar. But if Tasha K ain't teach you, and see, Tasha K has forced her way to be more than just a dudette on the internet. You know, she's one of the most successful YouTubers. You know, she has high production value, right? Usually, you know, she has sources, but even she has gotten herself in trouble dealing with and messing with people who are in different levels from them. Just because somebody has a podcast on YouTube don't mean y'all on the same level. That's what y'all get mistaken. You think even Anton Daniels, just because Anton Daniels was able to Canarian his way to making his millions, and when his daddy passed away, he got his money. That's how he got his money. He's not a businessman. He's not a baller. He's a pretender. We all know that, right? Right? Just because he thought that he was somebody. And then when you go up against somebody like Corey Holcomb he's just a human being. We're all flesh and blood. But at the same time, Corey Holcomb is accomplished. He has real, actual connections. People know his personality and still like him. That's the real him. Anton Daniels, that's not him, right? And when you trying to be somebody that you're not, right, eventually the cat comes out of the bag. Like me, every single video, I am who I am. You meet me in real, ask anybody, well, I don't know how you're going to do that, but if you run into anybody that ever met me, you'll know this is me. I talk this way in your face, whether I like you or not. Because I just tell the truth. It's just easier. Because I know how to lie. I know how to make excuses. I'm the biggest excuses maker in the world. You can ask any of my parents, anybody in my family. And I realized that at some point, those excuses catch up to you. So I just decided to tell the truth. Plus, the life that I've lived forces me to just live in the truth. It's hard to come out of it. And my veterans know what I'm talking about. And that's why when I speak, most people say, damn, that's the same thing I was going to say. If you notice, if you look at my comment section, most of the people agree with me. My subscribers don't come to my channel in order to disagree with me or order to see something that I say that's going to be wrong. They come because they say, man, this guy's going to say what I was thinking yesterday. And that's how I built up my subscriber base. Because I know I'm just a dude on the internet. Now, I'm way much more accomplished than a lot of these millionaires on YouTube who think they're accomplished. I've done this. I'm on my 4th life. I done succeeded like 3 times already. And now I'm doing something else. So I sit on a platform of being somebody in real life outside the internet to be able to come on the internet and talk like this. But a lot of people have not done anything, and they've made their whole persona and all their accomplishment is based off what they can say or what they can talk about somebody else. What kind of gossip, you know, that you can get on somebody else, right? What kind of lies you can make? How good can you clickbait? And I told O'Shea in my video, you know, so you're gonna find out the hard way. You keep messing around, and he kept going because he saw an opportunity. He said, oh shit, Corey Holcomb said my name. He gave me a nickname. And then he self-deprecated himself because O'Shea Du Jackson self-deprecates in order to protect himself from criticism. I said that about the video. That's his technique. Eminem used the same technique. 8 Mile, remember? He did a whole freestyle talking shit about himself so the other guy couldn't say anything because you don't already said it, right? That's O'Shea Du Jackson's strategy. But here's the problem. There are people who can go past that. There are people who see through that. And Corey Holcomb, because of where he come from, he saw through it. And a lot of people see through it and know why O'Shea does the way he does and why he is. I know other people like O'Shea Du Jackson. I have friends like him who act just like him for the same reasons he does what he does. So that's how I know, like, oh, I'm that type of guy because I have an introverted personality. If my friends end up being people like O'Shea Du Jackson, people who don't get along with other people in real life. Because O'Shea said he doesn't get along with people in real life. He's difficult to work with. He said it. This is what he said out of his mouth. I can prove that, right? And if you notice, when I'm critiquing somebody, I'll use their words against them. And I can do that all day long if I get serious, right? Or if I want to do a deep dive, I will use your words to prove what you said and what I'm saying verbatim. So there's no argument, right? So, but there are people who that doesn't work on because they're masters of it themselves or they know how to get around that. And we have to be careful, right? When taking shots, like it's okay, you know, to do it to people who are on our level. And I'm including myself in this social media thing because We're all just regular dudes on the internet when it comes to this media thing, right? And even though some of us are making money, you know, more than others, right? That doesn't mean that we sit on such a high pedestal and we got so much gravity that we can take on these giants just because they're coming down into our realm. The only reason you see all the rappers want to have podcasts, right? And they can talk trash about each other because they can afford to litigate, or they understand litigation because they've been in litigation due to the fact that they're in certain careers that requires it sometimes, right? And unfortunately, these guys who are coming into the YouTube space are taking up and crowding the area for all the regular folk, right, that want to come on social media and make their little thing, because now everybody wants to do it. But not everybody got millions of dollars to invest in the studio and millions of dollars to promote their content and already have an established presence in the media in order to bolster instantly their podcast and make them automatically YouTube famous. So I'm hoping that O'Shea and those others, see, I know Tasha K gonna be, well, I don't know, because she still got to do that Cardi B thing, but it seemed like she's handling it, you know, the best that she could. But let's just hope that it don't get that bad for O'Shea. O'Shea should be, you know, happy-go-lucky. Well, he's not really happy-go-lucky, but you know, he should be able to make his videos, his celebrity junk, and continue on with his thing, because he got something good going on, right? But he has to be more careful about how he do it. Maybe not make 1,000 videos on one topic, you know? Maybe just make 3 or 4, right? And then be creative and come up with other ideas. Maybe listen to your comment section where they tell you, how about you move on to another topic that we're interested in? Because even his subscriber base are starting to get tired of getting clickbait into a video that doesn't say anything for the sake of them YouTube dollars. Like I said, all money ain't good money, because he's going to lose all his money if Corey Holcomb is serious about what it is he's going to do. I'm pretty sure he has a lawyer that said, yeah, you got a case, especially if you make a accusation, like a poignant accusation, and it's not true, right? So you can make some dollars. You know, Darlene was there. She seemed fine, right? Everything that he said is not true, right? And then everybody else who repeated the same thing, not true. And here's another thing. And this one ain't to O'Shea, because I see somebody doing this to O'Shea. Stop throwing around that pedophile stuff like it's, you know what I'm saying? Stop doing that. And you know who I'm talking to. Just because you don't like O'Shea, just because he's not your cup of tea, don't mean you throw around accusations of pedophilia. You got to know that shit, because that's a hell of an accusation. I saw people doing that with Corey too, but there's a person who has made O'Shea Jackson their permanent enemy, and they're a small channel. But I noticed that they're starting to get a tad bit of traction, enough traction to cause problems. And because O'Shea doesn't make a lot of enemies over the years, there are people who are giving this guy information that they have from off Facebook, from off old media that O'Shea did delete a lot of his old material, but once it's on the internet, it's on there, right? And you can't be making thumbnails and making titles calling people no pedophiles. You can't do that. You better have a video of them doing that shit before you do some shit like that, because that right there gonna get you in trouble. That right there is evil and wrong. That's disgustingly wrong. You don't do that to people. If you don't like them, don't like them. And if you're gonna make a video about them, base it off some information that's true. Base it off the situation or the opinion, you know, within this YouTube space, this social media space. Don't go giving accusations about those type of things. Don't do that. I do not support any of that shit. I'm telling you, don't be calling people pedophiles unless you can prove it. Don't do it. That's a quick way to get your channel taken away too, because YouTube's not gonna tolerate that. That's malicious. And that's harassment, and then that can be other litigations can be done outside of you just losing your channel. Don't do that. Y'all need to stop playing. Y'all need to stop. People can find your IP address. You're not safe on the other side of that screen. You're not safe. Don't think you're safe. This is a new world. There was a day where you could be on that screen and be safe. Look, you can not have a profile and never show your face, and you talk shit to somebody, you can be found, because you are talking on a device. There is a way to find out where you are exactly. Stop playing with people on these streets. Stop acting like you're not mortal. Stop acting like somebody can't just pop off behind you one day while you walking down the street with your family. Think about your family. Your family's not on social media. Your family can be taught. People can find out who you are, who your family is, who your sister, your brother, your wife, your cousin. They can find out who you are. There's people out here who know you. No matter what part of the world you sitting at, your family is somewhere else. And people have access to them. Stop playing on these streets, YouTubers. Keep it a little light. Keep it light. All right? Only talk about the shit that you know. If you got an opinion about something, have it. But don't be malicious about it. Don't wish for people's death. I see that too. People wishing for people to be deleted. Don't do that. Just because you don't agree with what they say. Just because you don't rock with their personality. Don't do that. Y'all need to tighten up and realize nowadays you been on the internet, you might as well be right in somebody's face. Only difference is it's going to take a little time for them to get to you, but they're going to come get you eventually, one way or another. All right? And let that be a warning to you. Stop playing with people before all y'all find out the hard way. Anyway, that's all I got to say. It's Afro Think Tank. Learn something, teach something. I'm out.
The wave of mainstream media against Corey Holcomb because of envy, because, you know what I'm saying? If I said it, it's the truth. I got to make an example out of this. I said something against this guy that came up to our show. His name, I'm going to take the chance and say his name. His name was the lead attorney. I said something about him because I saw him say, oh, Corey said it's okay for me to talk to his lawyer. Now, ever since I said what I said about the lead attorney, I haven't seen him say anything back. And it is my opinion. The reason he didn't say anything back because I didn't lie on him. I did not give him permission to talk to my attorney about nothing. And he said I did. And I believe he saw that and knows that to be true, which is why he isn't going all out his way to act like Corey Holcomb is not the man that he say he is. That's what I believe. I believe he has some type of moral strand inside of him that knows I wasn't lying on him. I didn't give nobody permission to do nothing. So I'm not even tripping on that man no more. But the Okie Dokie Jackson dude has started another lie, and he's going to have to pay for this one. He lied and said, I tried to get Darlene to hold up a shirt depicting black people as monkeys. You're going to have to prove it. You're going to have to prove it. Because, I mean, she's right here.
That wasn't the shirt. That shirt was, there was a lot of things being totally misconstrued. That shirt you held up the week before.
I held up the shirt when I was trying to stab real hard at somebody that came up to my show and tried to uproot our way of life up here. I did that. And like I say, it ain't a lot of stuff I do I won't do again because I'm old enough to realize, yo, Corey, are you sure this is what you want to do? Most of the time I do that. When I got into it with the drug addict woman who I knew was very dangerous from her past, I knew what I was doing. I knew that I was in danger. So when this guy who lied with her because he was with her intimately or whatever got stabbed, I wasn't shocked he got stabbed because I knew how dangerous that woman was. And a lot of people in the comedy community know how dangerous that woman is. This woman is quite a terror, and I don't know her to do comedy. I'm not saying she hasn't went up on a stage when somebody allowed her to go up on stage, but I don't know her to be on the circuit as a comedian in no way. And I don't know a lot of people who do. This is what was said to build a narrative against me to make me a villain. Damn, I'm seeing a lot of green shit. This is encouraging.
Yeah.
Listen, to the people who support Corey Holcomb, I want to support you back. When I come to your city, man, come on, man, give me some dap and show me some love because I appreciate you, man. You make it where the forces of evil get at me. Now, yeah, like we said, Okie Dokie Jackson lied and said I tried to get Darlene to hold up a shirt depicting black people as monkeys. We want you to prove that. We want you to prove that because we're tired of you lying. You've lied about quite a few things that you'll see. You'll see. You're going to have to prove what you lied about, because I think you're insecure because of the way you look and you've been getting attention, and now you think you can take on the world. It's the same thing when Tampon came up here. These are guys who never were able to get attention as they came up, but now they found a way through the internet and using the likeness of other people to lie on them. They starting to believe that they are somebody special. Well, if you are somebody special, we need you to prove what you said, where you said, I tried to get Darlene to hold up a shirt depicting black people as monkeys. You're gonna have to prove it, okie dokie. It's coming, don't worry about it, it's coming. I know you do everything in your way to try to manipulate the guidelines of the internet. YouTube, for example, you manipulate it. But you're gonna have to manipulate this in another way, because you outright lied. I got you in more than this lie. And what you'll find out on the internet, you think you can just say whatever you want to say, but Tasha K had to get that girl $6 million. And Tasha K, you're gonna have to prove that stuff you're saying about me. It's coming, especially now that I know how you were able to get so many people to bounce off you. See, Tasha K doesn't have YouTube. People post her on YouTube. That's how she was kicked off of YouTube, if I'm correct. I think I'm correct about that. This woman is just like the other lady. Sent up in a G. She got her page taken down. I still have a page because I'm not going around lying on people. We make jokes about things, but I'm not going around lying on people. I'm not going around lying on people. Who was that? Chris Smith? Christopher Trailer? We can't catch it all because it goes too fast. But yeah, so I have to fight back now. And I've been one who never tripped off nothing but TMZ, Sean Holly, and you let the girl hang along because you wanted to use her. That's the one thing y'all had to try to find about Corey Holcomb, where you wanted to turn it into something bad. Look, he hit somebody. Yeah, the judge, no, I hit somebody, and I told the judge I hit somebody. But when the case was done, that girl had a restraining order against me to stay away, which is no problem for me to adhere. But that girl, I have a restraining order against her and her boyfriend. And now he has a restraining order against her because he was stabbed by her. So while y'all people who don't know what's happening talking, all right, you're gonna have to prove it. It's some dude, push up in you faggo. He got a page. Push up in you faggo. You'll see. You can't call black men pedophiles. I am so against pedophiles. I don't care what happens to a pedophile. But I know that you guys are riding the wave to call me a pedophile because y'all are trying to get me assassinated. Because what good is a pedophile in any society? What is a pedophile in any society? Did you know the state of California is the biggest pedophile I know? What they do to mutilate children here, but that's not the hot topic by TMZ. This man, Harvey Levins, who is got Epstein files drama, who has had people following me at the airport, who has had all this stuff done, when the drug addict girl got out of court, they had cameras there to try to create this story, all done to stop the voice of Corey Holcomb. But I'm just saying, Corey Holcomb been out here a long time and has been an upstanding member of society. So, you know, you guys did what you did to me. You did what you did to me. Like you did Michael Jackson, like you did Martin Luther King, like you did a lot of people like me who speak up for my people, because my people don't even know what's happening. They're just going off what they see with the quick things on the internet.
Free Sudan, boycott diamonds and gold. Free Sudan, boycott diamonds and gold. We most definitely cannot forget about the people of Sudan.
Thanks for watching Afro Think Tank. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And follow me on Substack and Patreon for more content. Remember, it's Pan-Africanism or nothing.